Hey everybody, it's Billy from Spicy Ginger Soap, and I'm going to make a loaf of Patchouli Saffron. It's one of the ones that I got from Rustic Essentials, and when I got it I didn't really expect to like it at all, and when I first smelled it I said, I don't hate it, that's for sure. Well, now I'd even say I like it. It's a really warm, it's like a real warm scent. Kind of reminds me of like a spicy oriental type perfume, kind of. So anyways, we're going to make that. I've got everything's ready. I've got Gold Shimmer from Crafter's Choice. I've got, and I'm going to have to, I used the oil from my batch, and so they've actually hardened up. I'm going to have to put them in the microwave for like 5 seconds. I've got Oriental Red, that's from eBay, mixed with Neon Orange from TKB. I've got Martini Olive from Crafter's Choice, and then this is Martini Olive mixed with Sparkle Green from Micah's and More. And I tend to do I mix like emerald green and the Martini Olive to get more of a hunter green. It works for me every time. And the reason that I mixed the fluorescent orange with the Oriental Red was because I wanted like a fiery orange, which is, you know, I think that's what I got. So I'm happy with all that. I'm going to go ahead and get my lye water in here. And I'm going to do, I don't know. I don't even know what to call it anymore. It's just a pour that I like to do that I kind of, it's kind of like a twist on a Taiwan swirl. So it's my take on a modified Taiwan swirl in a loaf mold. And I'm going to do it a little different today, I think. So actually, it's probably not even, I wouldn't describe it as a modified Taiwan, because I'm going to do something kind of totally different. I read all the reviews. There was only 3 reviews on Rustic Essentials for this fragrance oil, so I'm a little bit like wary. I'm not sure if it may accelerate. No one said anything about that, but I'm going to go ahead and mix my colors before I put my fragrance in, just to be safe. Especially because I've had quite a few naughty fragrance oils lately. Alright. Go ahead and get these in there. I don't even think I really want to do any white in this one, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it all color. I think for this one, I felt like some really, really earthy colors would be appropriate. And just a real warm, basically like a warm color palette would be what would be appropriate. And the pour that I'm doing tends to look kind of like tie-dye, although I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. So that also kind of made me feel like that's kind of the perfect way to do it. So there we go. Go ahead and I'll use like my little mini whisk to stir these up. And the gold, you know, I wish it looked a little more gold, but even it kind of just looks like a really like pretty golden tan, which is okay with me. I think all these colors together are really different than, I don't think I have any bar soap that's got these colors in it, which I always like to do new things, so that's kind of nice. And they all go together real nicely. Look how pretty that green is. Isn't that just pretty? And this is, I would say, something that men or women would like. And along with that, the color palette and the color scheme would be unisex. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and this fragrance is really, really interesting and different. So, very happy to say I don't see any ricing, and I'm not seeing any acceleration at this point either. Thank goodness. So, I think we can do a pour without any issues. All right. Good deal. Oh no. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put some gold in. I'll alternate green, then the orange, then the darker green. And because I've got a little bit more gold, I'll do a larger stripe of the gold than the colors. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Go ahead and turn it around, and I'm going to start another one on this side. And it's starting to thicken up a little bit, which is okay. I actually really love these colors. I think this is going to be so pretty and so different than my typical stuff. I'm going to have to start doing much bigger lines because this is getting a little bit thick. My colors aren't too bad, but don't want to risk any problems. Go ahead and turn it around and do another on this side. I would say now I'm about even as far as all my colors go, so I'm just going to try to do kind of like even amount. I'm going to go ahead to the other side again. have succulents and I've got these little gnats. If anybody knows how to get rid of them, comment, tell me how. I don't want to get rid of the plants. My daughter's like, just get rid of all the plants. Well, I don't want to do that. I like the plants. And I did try, I had heard somewhere, I don't know where, to spray them with like soap water, the plants. And I did try that, but it didn't work. But I didn't do it for a very long time. I only did it a few times and I didn't see any difference, so I stopped doing it. So maybe I didn't do it for long enough. If anybody's had luck with anything, including the soap water, let me know. So this is just going along smoothly. I'm happy. And obviously it's starting to thicken up a little. So I want to try to get to the end. Turn it around again. Okay, so I'm going to call that good. Anything that's left over in there, I'll put in a little sample mold. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang this down over here just to make sure that it's level. Fairly level. It's not going to be perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run my skewer And basically, I mean, you could do this however you want. That's the way I like to do it. And then I go back through the opposite way. I'm gonna have to go let my son in. Doing a video. All right. This is getting pretty thick. All right. And now, sorry, I know that was so loud. Oh my gosh. Clean up these sides a bit. And then I am going to go and this is just, like I said, it's not any kind of pour. It's me doing something that I wanted to do. Something that I had in my mind. And that will be the end of it. That's going to be how I'm going to leave it. And I'm really curious to see what that comes out with. All right, no, there should be no air bubbles in there. So there's the top. I'll bring you back tomorrow. We'll see what it looks like inside. Subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000, and when I do, then I'm going to do like a really good giveaway. I'm going to give away a bunch of products. So I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you guys tomorrow to cut. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Here we go. Ready to cut patchouli saffron. And as you can see, after I turned off the camera, I thought, you know what? I think that needs a little bit of gold glitter on the top. So hopefully that doesn't dissuade anyone, male, that might want to pick up a bar of it. It is an amazing scent. I have decided that I definitely like it. It's something completely and totally different than anything that I normally pick, but it's really the perfect amount of sweet and spicy. Well, no, I shouldn't say sweet, but it's the perfect amount of spicy. I will say that. It's a spicy scent, but it's not anything overwhelming. It really is very soft. I don't know, it's just a really good one. So if you're looking for something different, maybe you want to try something different, or if you have, you know, someone maybe in your life that, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You guys know I always do this. All right, I gotta move it up a bit. If you have somebody in your life that really likes patchouli or the kind of spicier types of scents, this would be a good one to try. And it behaved really well. And I want to say there's no vanillin in it. There's got to be, because I didn't use anything. So that's another positive. Don't have to worry about... Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this right. Don't have to worry about color stabilizer. There we go. All right. So that's what that part. Oh, and I don't know if I said this or not, but we're going to do it horizontally like I always do when I do a pour like this. So that way these are going to be 3.5 by 2.5 by, I don't know what the thickness will be yet. A little over 1 inch, I'd say. I gotta check my, there we go. My camera was giving me some trouble a minute ago. I had to turn it off and then turn it back on because the my little stand was all wobbly. I use so that's what the inside looks like. That's really pretty. I don't know what it's even called, but the little stand that I use, it's adjustable, and I don't know, it's just adjustable, and it moves around a little bit, and it can get a little wonky. And it was getting a little wonky earlier when I was trying. It's like wobbling. I thought it was going to fall over. Oh, I'll just show you guys that. Even though this isn't going to be, you know, it's not part of the way it looks. That'll be the side of one of the soaps. I made this one last night, and I made the Abercrombie and Fitch dupe. So some nice different scents last night. Oh, look at that. Lots of just the gold. And I'm excited to give my mom a bar of this scent. I think that she'll really like this scent. So, all right. And I am going to just, let's see, I wonder how, yeah, that'll be a whole nother, okay. Now we're going to, let's look at how, I do want to see, I think this should be like 2.5 inches thick, but yeah, almost 2.5. So I'm just going to do it like literally just a smidge over an inch. Oh, wait. I have to cut off the bottom. There we go. I don't want to forget about that, so. Shoot. Why does it seem so off? Let me try this way. It's weird. I don't know why it's not wanting to. Gosh, that's such a thick dang. Look at how thick that is. All right. Well, is what it is, I guess, right? All right, so it'll be 1 inch thick. Yep, they'll be 1 inch thick. So that's okay. That's perfect. All right, so, oh, that's so pretty. I don't know if you guys can see the detail as much as me, but yeah, it's kind of hard to see. But it's kind of like very subtle. You can see some orange in there and the darker green, but it is very pretty. It's just like I said, a real subtle, pretty swirl in there. So maybe I should have made the dark green a little bit darker, so there was a little bit more contrast. But to be honest, I'm not gonna say I'm completely disappointed, because I really do like the subtle, just the subtleness of it. you know, not everything has to be super dark and bright and contrasting. That's really pretty. Sometimes it's nice to have things be a little bit more subtle. And I feel like for this particular scent especially, it's kind of the perfect, it's the perfect look. Oh, look at that one. Now, I like this one better. The other one was pretty too, but this one's even prettier. And then there's the bottom. I forgot to show you guys the bottom of the other one. The bottom is actually even prettier on this one than the top. So there we go. Off to a good start. Here's the other one. And then the top. All right, that's how that one looks. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk to everyone about. So, obviously, you know, you guys have been watching me cut my soap with a cheese cutter for ever now. And I know I've even had a couple comments like, why don't you buy a bud cutter? And, you know, I'm still not selling as much soap as I'd really like to be. But I am, you know, it's slowly but surely. That's what I'll say. Everyone that does buy my soap likes it. I always get, you know, good response. And I had a party, which I did really well at. It was like a party at this lady's house that I work with. And she invited over like 15 of her friends or something like that, 10 to 15. I can't remember exactly how many. And it was a really, really successful night for me. And I got a really great response, and I got a custom order from it and stuff like that, right? And we were going to have another one, and that still may happen, but it didn't happen when we thought it might have, just because of some things that couldn't be avoided happened. We're going to have one before Valentine's Day, but then just some unforeseen circumstances. And anyways, but I have thought about doing that with maybe some other people. But really, because I work I work a full-time job, and I'm very busy. It's very demanding. It's kind of stressful, and I'm tired. And on the weekend, even though I do soap a lot, I don't really want to have to be going to a bunch of, you know, having to transfer all of this product, set it up, tear it down. I don't want to have to do that a lot, because I know it would really wear me out. So I would really like to get to where my online sales were, you know, a little bit better, a little more consistent. And anyways, I don't know how I got off on that tangent. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to actually hand do that, the rest of that, I think. Well, try to get it. Anyways, what I was saying is I'm not selling as much soap as I'd like to, but I am selling, you know, some. And oh my gosh, that really just got jacked up. All right, I'll fix that later. But I was thinking about the acrylic cutter that's on Etsy. I can't remember the name of the shop now, but they do, I think it's called Custom Soap Stamps, actually. Oh, look how pretty that one is. I love it. Yeah, I think it's called Custom Soap Stamps. And there's the other one. And there's the top. And I wanted to know if any of my subscribers have that cutter, the acrylic cutter, or know anyone that does. And if you do, give me a comment about it, like if you like it or what you think about it, etc. because I'd really like to know. I mean, of course I've read the reviews and all, but I'm just curious to know. So if anybody has bought that cutter or knows of someone that did, like I said, let me know how it's working out, how you like it. And that is it for this video. I will say I love the way this turned out. I love the scent of it. I would say it behaved really well. So all around, good deal. Subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, I just looked at my subscriber amount earlier today, and it's at 911. So I'm getting closer, getting much closer to that 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to do that giveaway. If anybody has any suggestions or there's something that they really, really want to try of mine, comment below and I'll take into account suggestions or things that people want. If I see something that a lot of people want, I'll throw it in there. But yeah, I'm going to get that together and I actually will show what I'm going to give away. So look for that video coming up and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.